expressed our concern, and we offered our complete and total support. I'm sure that not only the police officers and the police association, but the citizens of Dallas are real concerned about this. And we're going to support the chief and do everything within our power to help him correct this.
The gubernatorial campaign hotted up around Dallas today when candidate Sissy Farenthold came out here to Grand Prairie to shake hands and talk with UAW workers here at the LTV plant. Sissy's support comes largely from liberals and working people. I talked with her on the bus on the way out here about that support and how she felt about it.
Well, it's that and what I've always hoped to have and what I appear to be achieving to date has been a broad base of support.
Do you think you have a real good liberal coalition now?
Well, I don't know what a liberal coalition is. I call it an insurgency.
Are you looking for a pretty heavy labor vote?
I just don't know. You know, to me, labor is no more a monolithic group than any other group. I don't know how the turnout's going to be.
How about the 18 to 21-year-old vote? Do you
Well,
have a lot of help from that?
Well, it depends. You know, again, that isn't a monolithic group. If you look at it, at least from the figures I've seen, about a third of them are in college, and then some are in high school, and of course the others are out working or looking for work. So again, I think it cuts across, you know, varying interests. I certainly have found tremendous enthusiasm.
Representative Farenthold was not, of course, the only candidate in Dallas today. As election time draws near, more and more candidates are appearing and trying to talk to more and more voters. Bill Hobby, the candidate for lieutenant governor from Houston, was in the press club's hot seat. He talked about constitutional reform.
The Constitution, of course, was written as a reaction to the misrule of Reconstruction days, a very bad, very unpopular Reconstruction governor. So the writers of the 1876 Constitution created an office which ranks as among the weakest, I think right at the bottom of the list, tied with 3 other states, as the weakest office of governor among the 50 states. This means that really we don't have an executive branch. The functions of government that we normally associate with an executive branch, such as education, welfare, regulation of industry, are handled by separately elected commissions, such as the Railroad Commission or the Texas Educational Commission, or separately appointed commissions, such as the Insurance Commission, the Vending Machine Commission. And I think as long as this is true, we're never going to have truly responsive state government.
Traditionally, of course, the lieutenant governor's campaign hasn't drawn that much excitement. Where the action is the gubernatorial campaign. That's why Francis Farenthold is here. And as election time draws nigh, with what seems like hundreds of candidates running for governor, you can expect more handshaking and more talking right up until Saturday night. Phil Reynolds, Channel 8 News on the Move at the LTV plant in Grand Prairie.
School busing took a sample poll in Dallas County this past Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. We asked 1,841 voters to read the referendum and select their choice. Then we asked them if they oppose forced school busing. Of those that were polled, 41% voted opposite to what they had intended to.
Forces of a community to bear, business, civic, religious, charitable, whatever they might be, in helping solve such problems before they get out of hand, such as in New York City.
Obviously, we'd like to repeat. I think that's got to be the target, the goal. Of course, we've had the CONCACAF tournament to think of at the end of this season, which we entered because we were last year's champions. But then it's always very difficult to repeat. I think once you're up there, people always want to knock you off. And to win the championship again would be obviously the greatest goal right now.
This being a shortened season, you can't afford to get too many games behind, and you haven't had much practice. What kind of a game will you play then, Sunday afternoon?
I think that you've probably hit the most crucial point. You know, this is a big problem for us. We've had plenty of practice, but not actual game practice against good competition. This is where Rochester have a slight advantage, in as much as they've been playing in the current CONCACAF tournament, and therefore they've been playing good competition down in Guatemala. they'll be that much further along the road than we will. I think we have to be patient. We have to play our own type of game. I look for an exciting game. I think there are always exciting games against Rochester. I think there'll be some goals scored. But I think patience is the big thing right now.
Could you give us some of the new faces on the Tornado this year?
Yes, we've got Ken Cooper back in goal, of course, this year. He missed a lot of last season with his knee injury. Ken had a great game up in St. Louis, which was last weekend, our season opener. We've got two boys coming over from England this week. Both are on loan from Fulham, which is a major league club in England. And also, we've just had a boy from Liverpool arrive, Robin Poole. He's a defender. Billy Safidis is quite a find, we feel.
There's virtually nothing available for the child of Tarrant County at the present time. The Austin State School has just decided that their program should be regional, so the Tarrant County children are excluded from that program. Wichita Falls does not have a program of this type for the adolescent or the child, and St. Joseph's Hospital is really about the only psychiatric ward where they will accept adolescents.
What about the new MHMR Center? Will it help the people that you're talking about?
As I understand, the use of this center, this will be for retarded children, and emotionally disturbed children generally are not retarded.
What do people do right now who have emotionally disturbed children?
There's not much that they can do. I guess they pray a lot.
asking from them the same type of support that we're asking from the American populace as a whole. And that is that we're bringing to them a sad plight and a sad story of the conditions of lettuce workers, the type of wages they receive, very low, the type of conditions they have to work in, working with plants that have been sprayed with all types of pesticides in an uncontrolled fashion. Their housing is substandard. You know, just the conditions are very bad, and we're asking the AFL-CIO, just like anybody else in the American consumer population, not to buy lettuce unless it has the union label